Hey, Jabra.
Hey, Will.
This is actually the second conversation we're going to have about your saxophone concerto, isn't it? I remember the first, ran into you in Bunnings.
Indeed, good old Bunnings.
Yeah, and we chatted about the saxophone concerto then, but more importantly, I think you helped me find one of those hat things for my chimney.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're able to find what you
Yeah,
needed
yeah,
because
yeah.
I wasn't able to find the little tiny right tap washer that I needed at that moment.
Oh,
So that was disappointing.
there you go. Yeah, well, I've got that hat for my chimney, but I haven't put it on yet. It's on my to-do list.
Eventually.
There you go. But another thing that's on my to-do list is to play your saxophone concerto with the
Sweet.
Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra.
Excellent.
Fantastic. We're all really looking forward to it.
Likewise, very much.
Great. And the first thing that I wanted to ask you is, do you think in any way it feels different to play your own music than to play the music of another composer?
I think, there's a lot of ways to look at that. Like at the moment, I've been thinking about this the last couple of weeks. It doesn't, in a sense, because I'm in musician mode, I'm in soloist mode, instrumentalist mode. So it's almost like it could be anyone's piece of music in front of me because you're in the sort of the practicing, the learning, the thinking critically about the music, all of those kind of things. So you're thinking about the performance of the music rather than who wrote it. But if you look at the whole process, the whole big picture of, okay, the genesis of the work, what am I writing, what's the performance context, who's the orchestra, who's the conductor, it is very different. It's a very different thing. And I think one of the most interesting things is when you encounter something in the work that's perhaps, maybe it's a difficulty to play or something you'd like to be different. If you're playing someone else's work, you can get in touch with the composer and say, look, hey, I've got this question or this thing. Likewise, if I've composed a work for someone else, the soloist might come to me and say, hey, look, can we make some adjustments here? When I'm in both of those roles, it sometimes presents interesting quandaries because it's an argument with yourself. You're like, well, you should have written that differently, or you should just practice harder. I think all that's quite entertaining. And also, I guess, yeah, I think it's just that background thing that when you're there, when you're performing it, you're hoping for the audience to have a fantastic time and to really enjoy the music, which you always are as a performer. But there is just that added layer of, wow, I hope they like the music, or the music does what it needs to do. So
Well, and judging by your track record so far, I think there's just safely no doubt
thanks,
of
Will.
that happening.
Cheers.
Yeah.